Today I'm going to share a little bit about how to actually start working in a circle and how to use these fractal circles to your advantage. So basically, the fractal structures, or the dynamic fractal organization method, it's a structure on how to work together in the most efficient way. So we are running an organization, the fractalcircles.org, and our main objective there is to share this knowledge on how to cooperate and to share this with everyone. We also have a bigger longing to use this structure to gather people who are working in this great awakening, who are waking up to the actual knowledge and understanding on how the corruption has been going on for decades, and to bring forth a true democratic system, a fractal democracy. But this system is not, it doesn't need to be used in a certain way with a certain goal. This structure, the fractal structure, is only an optimized way to cooperate. So this can be used by anyone. And it's not only that it's an optimized way of cooperating, it's also an optimized way to get the ideas from the whole group out. So to be totally honest, it doesn't matter what organization, what purpose you have. If and when you start using the fractal organization method, the objective of your group, of your organization, will change and adapt to the longings and need of the bigger group, and that is always to create a fair system, because this system is actually creating a true democracy. And as it doesn't have the normal top-down hierarchy, it will naturally create a system that is fair for everyone within the organization, and that will also help to bring about a change in all organizations that incorporate this method to align with the higher good and to do something that is good for everyone. So this is my conviction that this structure is the key, the missing link to how we can transform all organizations and everything. It is, when it spreads out, it will change the way we communicate and that we organize together, and bring about this true democracy that is inherently a good thing. So you can use this method not only by joining us, but I do think that would be a really good idea for anyone who doesn't have already an organization that they want to incorporate this in. Join the Fractal Circle project and start promoting this, start working with it. But you can also, if you already are part of a few organizations, as a member or as an organizer, take this structure and propose it as an alternative or as a complement to your normal structures. So it can be used as a complement, and as such create more influence from the members, a fair way of communicating. And this is how it's going to spread everywhere, in all directions. So today I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth with the practical terms, how to use it, and I will use the platform that we are using on fractalcircle.org to as an example to show you how you can work. And this project is not very old. We started this during this winter, so it has only a few months of being operational, so to speak. And it's a very dynamic system and doesn't rely on any particular platform. You can actually use this both in real life, in your company, having normal meetings, or you can use it in any kind of instant messenger or conference setting. So it's very flexible. The structure can be used everywhere, and it could be incorporated in already in the tools that you are using. But so far we have been using just instant messenger. It's called Viber, and this is just one example how to use this. So basically, if you go to fractalcircles.org and scroll down to the bottom of the page, on the front page you will have this button, join the Fractal Circles. And if you click that button, you will get a link, or you will be redirected to a page where first of all you can download and install the client, the Viber Instant Messenger client, and you will be able to install it on your phone. And when you've done that, you can also install a desktop version and have it on your computer, but you need to first install it on your phone. When you've done that, you will also get you'll be automatically invited to the first chat room, and the first chat room is the welcome circle, and that it's a big group for everyone who joins the project. So it can be 20 people or hundreds of people there, and in this chat you can start just by asking around, talking to each other, introduce yourself, and also introduce what you want to do here, because this method, this structure, it can be applied on anything. So if you have a certain idea, something you want to do, you can just come to the welcome circle and say something like, hello, my name is this, and I'm really interested in doing this kind of project, or I'm already starting with this kind of project. And then other people in the welcome circle can see you. They maybe already know about circles or fractals, that have the same idea, or they might be interested in starting a new circle together with you. You can also come here without an objective. Maybe you want to just start to know more people and get to know the process. So you can come and say, I just want to be part of a circle, and having a sharing circle. And that's basically a place where you can go and share and speak about what's happening in your life, and particularly about the awakening. That's you could say the bottom line. This tool, my longing is for it to be used as a tool for making this awakening, the mass awakening, available to everyone. So you can come there, you can ask to join a circle, and at that point you will create a new chat room. And it's just a normal chat room, so you could use a Facebook group, you can use a group on Skype, any tool. But now you can use it on Viber, for example. You start a new group, and you just click on a little it's a little bubble in the bottom corner, and it says create a community. This is what we do. We start a new community. It's called like that. It's just a chat room basically, and you can name it, and you can put a little image there, and then you can invite your friends. And what is special then is how we work is that we try to be around 5 to 7 active users in a group, and that you have to sort yourself. But sometimes everyone aren't so active, so you can continue adding more people as long as you want. But at some point, if there's too many people, it will just be too many inputs for you to handle, and at that point you will just take the group and split it into two. And this you just do by creating a new community and get half of the people to join that. And also what is very important is that at least one member are part of the both circle, because these two circles then will have the same objective, or they have a similar purpose. And then you can either have a connection with one person being part of both, or two people being part of two. So you have two circles that are interconnected. And this is very important, as this will be the way how information flows back and front in between different circles that are part of the same project. But to go back to the beginning, we just say that we just created a circle. We found some friends in the welcome group. We found and we decided just to make a sharing circle for sharing our experience and have that as a start, getting to know the project. So we have a new circle, and maybe you have 4 people to start with, and you can start inviting more people then until you have a good amount. And then you can start sharing in this circle. You can create online meetings together for the whole group. You can of course chat there, and in the Viber client we also have something that's called direct messages, which is also available in many other instant messenger service. And I really enjoyed that way of communicating. You basically just push a button. It's like a little microphone or something, and you push this, and while holding the button you can speak. So you can say welcome, or hello circle, good morning, I feel good today and I want to share something about my awakening, or whatever you have on your mind. And you just send this short message. It can be a 5-minute thing, just 1 minute, really any length, but you share it to the circle. And the idea is that everyone in the circle listens to most of what's shared in the circle, and it doesn't need to be a lot. You can have an active circle that maybe you make a 2-minute audio recording every couple of days or so, and you listen to everybody else's recordings, so you kind of know where you are, and you can share what's happening, and you can talk about issues, obviously discuss what's happening not only in your life, but more maybe about sharing your ideas and information about your awakening and your understanding, and sharing some of your research, and just sharing what your interests are. And from this, eventually, the hope is that, obviously to begin with, it would be a great thing to just be part of something. And it has a different quality of being in this small group. If it's working well, if people are active, it gives a real connection. Something that is more like having a real connection with someone in reality. Because most of the time, otherwise you're in a big group, a big circle, or like a forum, and it could be thousands of members, and basically you don't create this intimacy, you don't really get to know each other. But if you listen to a group with 6 people, you will have the time to listen to them, and you will get to know them, and you will also be able to share things that you wouldn't share to a larger group, because it's just different. It gets a different quality, and I, for one, really enjoy being able to share things that is happening in my life to other people, and start knowing them, and really you create a little like support group there. So that's the main function. I would say that most people who are just new to this just go there and try to find a little circle like this and create some new friends. And from this you can evolve, and you will find what you want to do. This, after talking to these people, getting ideas, getting some feedbacks on your ideas, you might come to a conclusion that you really want to focus on some issue and start doing some action. And at that point you just start a new circle that is more directed to this. Or if everyone in the circle thinks it's a good idea, you could start working together in this circle. But otherwise you just start a new circle and look for new members. So one way of finding members, always you can go to the welcome circle. There you will have a lot of people who might want to go there. But then also we have another global circle. It's just called global, and that's a chat that everyone can come to. So you could have hundreds and thousands of people. Right now we're about 30 people or so, because that's just how many joined at this time. And you can go to the global circle and say, okay, I want to do a project about creating some campaigns, some meetings, going to the city square and do some kind of manifestation, maybe about forced vaccinations, for example. We don't want it, so we create a circle about how to respond to this problem. And then you post, you announce this in the welcome circle, in the global circle, and you talk to your friends, and soon you will have a bunch of people who are ready to focus on that. And maybe you will have 7 per people to start with, and you just continue discussing this in this circle. And again, when you're getting maybe 10, 11 people and you start to be too much, you split it into 2 circles. Again, 1 or 2 people are in both circles. So this is how it works and how it grows. It can grow in any direction. Any circle can have any project that's going on. So it's very, very flexible in this way. So I would really ask you, if you find it interesting, you can just join. You can start by just joining the welcome circle and chat a bit there and see what's happening. And then just try it out. And there's no, you don't need to be there. It's obviously, for the circles to work well, you need to have some kind of persistence. You need to go there at least once or twice a week and listen through most of what people are saying and sharing some stuff, because otherwise it's no real use to be there, and it doesn't really help other people either. But if you feel that it's possible for you to log in, it's really good to maybe have 3 times a week and spend 20 minutes looking through what's happening. That's all that it takes for you to be a member that actually can contribute to this. And what we've been promoting when you work in the circle is some recommendations. Obviously you can do how you like in your circle, but one recommendation is that there is one person at some point that gets the role of being the host of the circle, or the focalizer of the circle. And many times that would be the person who starts the circle in the first place. And the role of the host is to help to make sure everybody is everybody's happy, and to split the circle when needed, but also to keep a rhythm. It's really good to have a rhythm in the circles, because it's a very common thing that you go together, you chat for a while, and then when the new feeling, like the excitement of being there, it drops away, it starts fading, and the circle can die out. That's why we're working on a cycle. and we have chosen to recommend the cycle of the moon as a framework for renewing energy into the project. So if you have a host of your circle, that would mean that every new moon, when the moon is empty, dark, that's a time to start. And you start then by asking everybody to join the discussion in setting intention. What do we want to do? Do we have some special intention for this moon cycle? You talk about this, and then you start brainstorming of how you can do something with this. And then through the moon you have several phases. You started with the new moon, it's the new start, the intention setting. Then you continue with the brainstorming, creating plans, ideas, what to do. And then you start working and realizing your plans, doing some work, doing anything you need to do. And then at full moon, that is the time of launching, to put your action into the world. Maybe we've been doing a few projects, but for example we did this video project of doing the video for the homepage, and after then about 2 weeks in the moon cycle, when the full moon arrives, we launched it. And then we have a bit of relaxation after the launch, celebrating what we've done, and sharing this with the world, sitting back, looking at what was happening, how it worked. And then in the last period of each moon, it's a perfect time to first write down a little bit about, go through how it was for you, what you learned, maybe document what you did, make sure everything is done. If there was some things that need to be fixed, make sure everything is ready. All the small threads that aren't really put back in together, you make sure everything is completed. Then before a new moon starts, you also make sure that to see, as the host especially, you see if everybody want to join the next circle, if you need to get new members, if you need to divide the circles, and so on. So at the time of the next new moon, you're all ready. You know who are there, who will want to continue, or who is leaving, and so you will be prepared for the next cycle. And this is a very good method, and I find that it works well. And at this point we haven't been using the fractal function so much, because to actually create fractals, which is really the most powerful of this tool, then you need to have quite a lot of people. So let's say it will be quite usable when you have 3 circles at least in the same project. So maybe we have a project about the vaccination programs. So you already have 3 circles with 6 people in each circle. And in the beginning, it's quite easy for the 3 circles to cooperate, because you will already be interlinked. Some members will be part of 2 of the circles, so the information can bounce, so you can actually work quite efficient together. But then after you have more circles, let's say you get 4 circles, 5 circles, or 6 circles, at that point you will want to create your first fractal. And basically how to do that is just to have one person from each circle that you choose. And so it's a new role of being a trustee or a representative of the circle. So you choose one trustee from each circle, and you create then a new higher circle that binds all the circle of the same project together. And in this way, it's a very, very fast way of sharing the information. Otherwise, if you have 6 circles that is only interconnected by joint members, then the information needs to bounce quite a long time before it goes through the whole circle. It basically needs to go through 6 different people before it can go one full lap, and that the feedback can come back to the first circle. But by interconnecting all the 6 circles into one circle, you create a much faster way, because you actually just need to share with the center circle. In the center circle you will get everything from all circles, and then you go back to your circle, so it's only a 2 or it's like almost instant how information will flow in the fractal. And this is obviously even more important when you have 6 small clusters, like if you have 6 circles doing this with the vaccine, and then you start creating 6 more circle and 6 more circle and 6 more circle, then all of these can combine and share information in only 3 different links. You just go to your first center circle and then the most center and then out again, and you already have a complete knowledge about what everybody is doing, and you can coordinate all your circles for particular dates and strategies for how to create your activism. So it's a very efficient tool in this way. At this point, as I already said, we haven't gone so far, and that's also very, very interesting to see that will happen. So I hope that a lot of more people will come, and one of the main objectives and projects going on right now is actually just to share this information about the circles. So I have a circle up and going that is just about sharing this knowledge, and particularly to other organizations that have similar purpose. And at this point there's many projects popping up everywhere that has good intention and have new good ideas, and to help them we're in this circle, we're finding these projects, we reach out to them and we invite them to help them to set up this kind of structure. So what we're doing is also to give them help to start working in this. And what that means is we also need a lot of people to come to these circles and start learning this process, to take the role as a host, as a trustee, to learn how to do it, learn the whole process, so we can then go into new organizations and help them to implement this, because it's such an important job, really. So if you have any questions at all, if you want to have more knowledge, you're welcome to send messages to me. You can also just join the Fractal Circle project, and there will be circles starting just to learn how to use these structures, educations online on how to become a host, how to create the circles, or how to reach out and help other organizations to implement this. So please, if you're interested, I would really like to see you join this project and reach out and connect to any of us. Thank you very much for listening, and enjoy your day.